Before Rome ruled the known world, it was little more than a vulnerable settlement beside the Tiber River. Yet from this uncertain beginning, a force emerged that would reshape history forever. Ancient legends claimed Rome was born from destiny itself, but separating myth from history remains one of archaeology's greatest challenges. According to Roman tradition, twin brothers Romulus and Remus were abandoned as infants, setting the stage for one of history's most famous origin stories. Whether every detail is true or not, the legend inspired generations of Romans to believe their city had a divine purpose, unlike any other. But legends alone could never build an empire. To understand Rome's rise, we must first step into the dangerous world that surrounded its fragile beginnings. Around the 8th century BC, central Italy was divided among rival peoples. Latins, Sabines, and the powerful Etruscans competed for land, trade, and survival, creating the world into which Rome emerged. Rome's greatest advantage was its location. The Tiber River linked inland communities to the sea, turning a modest settlement into a crossroads of trade and opportunity. Archaeology confirms that early Rome grew gradually, not overnight. Modest villages spread across nearby hills before slowly uniting into a single community. As the settlements expanded, so did their ambitions. Cooperation brought strength, but it also invited conflict with powerful neighbors watching every move. Soon, Rome would face leaders whose decisions shaped its earliest destiny. Some are supported by evidence, while others remain preserved only in tradition. And their story begins next. Roman tradition names Romulus as Rome's first king, ruling from 753 BC. While historians debate the details, his story became the foundation of Roman identity. Whether one man founded Rome or many communities united over time, archaeology confirms that the settlement was rapidly growing into an organized society. Rome's people needed more than homes. They needed laws, order, and leadership strong enough to unite families that had once lived apart. One challenge threatened Rome's future immediately. Its population was small, and without new families, the city could never become a lasting power. According to Roman tradition, the search for Rome's survival would soon lead to one of its most controversial episodes. The story remembered as the Sabine women. What truly happened remains debated. According to Roman tradition, Romulus invited the neighboring Sabines to a grand festival. What began as a celebration would become one of the most debated turning points in Rome's earliest history. Roman sources claim that the Sabine women were seized during the festival. Historians agree the story shaped Roman identity, but whether it happened exactly as described remains uncertain. The consequences were immediate. Outraged Sabine leaders prepared for war, and the young city of Rome faced a conflict that could end its story before it truly began. Tradition tells of fierce fighting, but the most remembered moment came when the Sabine women themselves stepped between both armies, pleading for peace. Whether legend or memory, the story ends with reconciliation. Instead of destroying each other, Romans and Sabines united, giving the young city greater strength for the challenges yet to come. As Rome grew stronger, tradition remembers a series of kings who each left a different mark. Some are supported by fragments of evidence, while many details survive only through later Roman writers. Among them was Numa Pompilius, remembered in Roman tradition as a peaceful ruler who strengthened religion, rituals, and the laws that helped bind the young community together. Peace did not mean weakness. Stable traditions gave Rome time to organize its people, train its warriors, and prepare for the struggles that still lay ahead. The city was no longer just surviving. Roads improved, trade expanded, and Rome slowly became a place that neighboring communities could no longer ignore. But prosperity attracted powerful rivals. Beyond Rome's northern horizon, the wealthy Etruscan civilization was watching, and its influence would soon transform the city's destiny. By the 7th century BC, Etruscan influence reached Rome. Their advanced engineering, architecture, and political traditions began reshaping the young city in ways still visible today. Roman tradition remembers Lucius Tarquinius Priscus as the first Etruscan king of Rome. While details remain debated, archaeological evidence confirms that the city experienced remarkable growth during this era. Massive public works transformed daily life. Roads improved, temples rose, and enormous drainage projects turned marshland into the heart of a growing capital. The city's skyline began to change. Monumental temples and public spaces reflected not only wealth, but a growing ambition to rival the greatest powers of Italy. Yet beneath this prosperity, a dangerous truth was emerging. As kings became more powerful, many Romans began questioning whether one man should control the fate of the entire city. Roman tradition identifies Lucius Tarquinius Superbus, known as Tarquin the Proud, as Rome's final king. His reign became synonymous with absolute power and growing fear, though many details come from later Roman historians. Ancient writers describe ambitious building projects completed through harsh rule. While Rome continued to expand, resentment quietly spread through its most influential families. Then came the event that Roman tradition says changed everything. The story of Lucretia became a symbol of honor, injustice, and the breaking point for the monarchy. But historians continue to debate its exact history. Whether every detail is factual or not, one truth is undeniable. The monarchy collapsed, and in 509 BC, Rome entered an entirely new chapter of its history. In place of a king, Rome chose elected magistrates whose power would be limited by law. The Roman Republic had begun, setting the stage for a rise unlike anything the ancient world had ever seen. The Republic was born in hope, but survival was never guaranteed. Powerful enemies surrounded Rome, waiting for the young government to collapse before it could prove itself. Almost immediately, the Republic faced war. Ancient sources describe repeated conflicts with neighboring peoples, forcing Rome to defend its independence one campaign at a time. Victory demanded discipline, not numbers. Every campaign strengthened Rome's soldiers, commanders, and belief that unity could overcome even stronger rivals. Yet Rome's greatest danger did not always come from outside its walls. Deep divisions between wealthy patricians and ordinary plebeians threatened the Republic from within. Rome now faced a difficult choice. If its people could not stand together, no army could save the Republic. The struggle for equality was about to redefine Roman history. The plebeians demanded a voice in government. Refusing to fight Rome's wars without political rights, they forced the Republic to confront a crisis from within. According to ancient sources, this peaceful protest led to a remarkable compromise. The office of the tribune of the plebs was created to defend ordinary citizens from abuses of power. The struggle continued for decades, eventually leading to the 12 Tables, Rome's first publicly displayed written laws. Justice would no longer depend entirely on memory or tradition. With clearer laws and stronger institutions, Rome became more resilient. Internal reforms gave the Republic the stability it needed to face even greater threats beyond its borders. By the early 4th century BC, Rome had overcome many of its internal struggles, but an unexpected enemy was already marching toward the city, bringing one of the darkest moments in Roman history. In 390 BC, or possibly 387 BC, according to different ancient chronologies, the Battle of the Allia ended in disaster. A Gallic army shattered Rome's defenses, opening the road to the city. Ancient sources describe Rome falling to the Gauls, with only the Capitoline Hill holding out. Archaeological evidence confirms destruction, though the full extent remains debated. One famous tradition tells of sacred geese whose cries warned the defenders of a surprise night attack. Historians cannot verify the story, but it became one of Rome's enduring legends. Rome eventually recovered, but the humiliation left a permanent scar. From that moment forward, its leaders vowed never to allow the city to stand so vulnerable again. The sack of Rome became a turning point. Fear was transformed into determination, and the Republic began building the military machine that would one day dominate the Mediterranean. Rome's recovery was astonishing. Instead of retreating behind its walls, the Republic pushed outward, defeating rival Latin cities and expanding its influence across central Italy. Victory alone could not secure an empire. Rome strengthened its power by building alliances, founding colonies, and extending citizenship to many conquered communities in different forms. One engineering achievement symbolized Rome's new confidence. The Appian Way, begun in 312 BC, connected Rome to southern Italy and transformed military movement and trade. By the early 3rd century BC, Rome had become the dominant power across most of the Italian peninsula. Yet an even greater challenge waited beyond the sea. Across the Mediterranean stood Carthage, a wealthy maritime superpower. The coming struggle between these two republics would decide who ruled the Western world. Rome's rise was never inevitable. It survived because it learned from defeat, adapted to every crisis, and turned every setback into a new beginning. History remembers Rome for its conquests, but its greatest strength was resilience. Every generation rebuilt what the last one had nearly lost. Many legends shaped Rome's identity, while archaeology uncovered its reality. Together, they reveal a story more remarkable than myth alone. The rise of Rome changed the ancient world forever. Its laws, engineering, language, and political ideas still echo across civilizations thousands of years later. From a small settlement beside the Tiber to the foundation of a civilization that transformed history, Rome's rise reminds us that greatness is built over generations, not in a single lifetime. If you enjoyed this journey through history, subscribe for more cinematic documentaries. Amazing Basit slowly fades into darkness,